I now call the meeting of the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate to order. Welcome to Hillsborough County Code Enforcement Special Magistrate hearing for the red light camera enforcement appeals. When addressing the magistrate, please state your name, address, and speak clearly into the microphone. At this time, I'll ask that you please silence all electronic devices. I'd like to introduce the staff present today. Corporal Daniel Hawkins with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Morgan Spaulding with Citizen Board Support, Sonia Rodriguez, Manager of Citizen Board Support. I am Brian Lorenzen, Special Magistrate appointed by the Board of County Commissioners to hear these appeals. And with us remotely is Paul Johnston, Assistant County Attorney, and Robbie Smith, Recording Secretary. The basic process for this hearing is as follows. Ms. Rodriguez will conduct the oath of witness. Sheriff's Office representative will make an opening statement that applies to all the appeals on the agenda. Your case will be announced and you must come forward to the podium. The representative of the Sheriff's Office will present the evidence on your case. You'll be allowed to rebut that evidence and explain what you believe has occurred. And I will close the hearing and announce a decision. I may ask questions, allow other witness testimony if necessary. By law, you have 30 days from the date of my order to appeal my decision to the Circuit Court under Florida Statute 162.11. Any person who decides to appeal the decision of the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate with respect to any matter considered at this meeting will need a record of the proceedings, and for such purposes may need to ensure that a verbatim record of the proceedings is made, which record includes testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is based. If you have any questions, these rules are outlined by Florida Statute 316.0083, the Mark Wandel Traffic Safety Program. And if your case is decided that there's a fine involved, there is a leave behind here at the top that shows you that you can pick up right beside the podium, shows you how you can pay your fine. Ready? Ready? Call your case, please. Oh, that's true. Sorry.
My name is Corporal Daniel Hawkins. I'm employed by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office as a deputy sheriff and certified by the state of Florida as a law enforcement officer. All of the red light violations that will be heard today were captured electronically with camera equipment maintained by American Traffic Solutions, ATS. Evidence of each violation will include 3 still images taken of the violating vehicle and may include a photo. The following steps are taken after violation is captured electronically. Step 1, ATS processes each violation by cropping and zooming in on one of the still images to accurately view the license plate of the vehicle. 2, the vehicle's registered owner's information is retrieved by ATS from the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Step 3, the images are initially reviewed by ATS pursuant to directives and conditions established by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office to make an assessment whether a violation has occurred. If the violation does not meet conditions established by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, it is rejected by ATS and no further action occurs. Step 4, ATS potential violations are forwarded to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, where a sworn law enforcement deputy reviews the images to determine if a violation has occurred. If the violation is rejected by the deputy, no further action occurs. 5, deputy approved violations cause ATS to issue a notice of violation to the registered owner of the vehicle. This notice is mailed via first class postage to the address provided by the DHSMV vehicle registration records. 6, Florida statutes provide that the owner of the violating vehicle is responsible and liable for paying the violation unless a properly prepared exemption affidavit is submitted within 60 days after the date of the issuance of the notice of violation. The registered owner has 60 days to pay the fine or file an appeal of the notice of violation with ATS. ATS then sets the case for a hearing with the county, which is the proceeding here today. The A, first image shows the vehicle prior to crossing the stop bar while the traffic signal was red. The calculated speed the vehicle was traveling when approaching the intersection, the length of time the traffic light had been in the red phase at the time of the photo, and the lane number the vehicle was in. The B, second image, shows the vehicle past the stop bar with the red light illuminated along with all the information provided in the A-frame image. The speed is calculated using a time distance equation as the vehicle passes over magnetic sensors in the roadway. The camera systems are installed and maintained by ATS. Each camera system conducts a daily self-diagnostic test to ensure the components are operating properly. All of the data and information for these violations is from their equipment. At this time, I move into evidence for the purposes of each individual hearing today, 2 exhibits as business records of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. First, Exhibit A is a contractual agreement between ATS and HCSO. The second, Exhibit B, is the business rules questionnaire between ATS and HCSO. These documents together establish the procedures through which ATS reviews and processes potential red light camera violations pursuant to the directives and conditions established by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Submitted. So moved. Thank you.
Page 6, item number 29, notice number 1722-1000-24510. Cedric Renard Sawyer, and someone is present.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
And please state your name and address for the record.
That is Cedric Sawyer, address 2780 East Fowler Avenue, 175, Tampa, Florida, 33612.
Notice 1722-1000-24510. This violation occurred on December 30th, 2020 at 2:10 p.m. at the intersection of westbound West Waters Avenue and Del Mabry Highway North within Hillsborough County. The first image A shows that the vehicle was in the number 4 lane as it approached the intersection. The traffic signal was in the red phase for approximately 0.5 seconds prior to the vehicle crossing over the stop bar. The second image B establishes that the vehicle continued into the intersection without stopping. The third image C provides a close-up shot of the license plate of the violating vehicle. Florida tag USK8D. I have confirmed that the registered owner of the violating vehicle is Mr. Cedric Sawyer. I present these images, videos, and camera log report to the court as a deputy sheriff for the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and a certified law enforcement officer within the state of Florida. Based on these items, I find that this is a violation of Florida State Statute 316-075-1C1. Accordingly, we submit this violation and exhibits to the court for adjudication.
Okay, Mr. Sawyer, what would you like to tell us?
Thank you. And thank you guys for your time. I would like to contend that I view myself as a defensive driver. And the time that 0.5 seconds, I thought it was less than, it was less than 2 seconds, of course, which is, had I stopped in that time span, I believe it would have been more dangerous because I would have had to slam on brakes. And in a reasonable time to stop a vehicle at 3,845 pounds, traveling at about 35 miles an hour. The brake time would have been over, from my understanding, would have been over 136 feet. And I believe that that would have caused more of a dangerous situation because that would have caused me to be within the walk area, within the walk crosswalk. So I thought proceeding will be the best avenue just because of that time frame, that reaction time of 0.5, as you just noted. I thought it would be best to do it that way.
Can you bring up the second photo, please? So at this intersection, sir, the amber light runs for almost 5 seconds. So based on the video, I'm having a tough time understanding why we didn't have an opportunity to stop. Was there something else going on that kept you from stopping the vehicle to start with? Because you've had plenty of, it looks like you had plenty ample time to come to a stop before that turned red.
Well, in a still, it appears that way in real time, though. That red light, to me, it suddenly appeared. And that would have caused me to slam on brakes. And by me seeing the vehicle behind me, I wasn't sure how fast they were going. And I was just being cautious because I would have had to slam on my brakes in that time span. My reaction time, what I saw in real time was a little bit earlier than that, or a little bit later than that when I saw that red light. Because ordinarily I would have stopped. I mean, I don't have any violations of that degree. Like
Sure,
that.
sure. Well, unfortunately, this is, the vehicle is clearly in the lane of traffic past the stop bar by the time, and it doesn't appear from either of the images that you made any attempt to try to slow or yield. You're still doing 40 miles an hour at that point when that second image is taken. So I don't see any other issues. Sounds like you might have been a little distracted and cautious at the same time, but at the end of the day, the idea is that you have to come to a stop when it comes to yellow, not when it comes to red. So.
Well, I do apologize. Is that my vehicle beyond the turning, the yellow turning? That's my vehicle, correct?
Correct.
So my understanding is that when the light turned red, from what I just heard, that was 0.5 seconds. Once I reached that particular line, right? It was 0.5 seconds when I reached that line and the light turned red.
In the first photo,
Right,
yes.
right.
The light had already been red for half a second, and you proceeded through the intersection without stopping. Right.
And that's the point that I'm making, that 0.5 seconds would have caused me to slam on brakes.
No, you're absolutely right. But
Before
there
that.
shouldn't be an opportunity to stop between the yellow and the red. You should be trying to stop when you first see the yellow. And your testimony previously was that you didn't see it in time, or you were distracted, but you're a cautious driver. And I totally understand that. But if you could replay the video for us too. I mean, clearly there wasn't an opportunity to stop here, and the light had a almost 5 second amber before it turned red. So as you were approaching that intersection, that light has been red or yellow for 5 seconds.
Special Magistrate.
And again, I'm sorry, but is it the practice to stop on the yellow light?
Special Magistrate.
Mr. Johnston, would you like to add to that?
Yes, sir. If I could, just for his benefit, he was traveling approximately 40 miles an hour. When the light turned yellow at 40 miles an hour, he was approximately 310 feet from the stop bar. In other words, he was over a football field away at the time the light turned yellow. So he had plenty of time to begin slowing down and stopping.
Yes, agreed. That's one of the longest ambers of all the red light cameras. So we definitely had plenty of distance to make a safe stop. And I see your position, but I don't see any evidence that shows that I didn't have any other exterminating circumstances to warrant a deferral of this. So anything else you'd like to add in regards to testimony, or something that we're missing, or do you need any extra time to pay the fine, or was that part of the reason for coming down today?
Well, absolutely, because I'm just confused. I'm seeing other cars travel through the yellow light as well.
I totally understand, sir. And luckily, we have some of the brightest and finest officers here in the county that I'm sure are going to be addressing that with those folks as well. But today we're dealing just with your case.
Right.
So,
and the 0.5. So at the time, and I appreciate what was just said. So at the time I was traveling 40, I'm sure it's showing, because you said it at about 30, 35 miles, that there was some deceleration of sorts by the time I got to that light, correct? There was some deceleration from the time the yellow began until the time I got to the crosswalk. There was some deceleration, correct?
Based on the evidence that's been presented, no, sir. What's showing is there's no difference in your speed from the point at which you're at the stop bar and the next picture taken a second and a half later shows the exact same speed. So there was no reduction of speed in between those two frames.
So there's no proceed with caution while yellow. I'm trying to understand.
Yes, sir. What I'm trying to explain is the light is red. The other direction now has the ability to go. And by you going through the light when it's red, you, as you stated previously, want to be a cautious driver. That is a hazard. That is a danger to other folks by going through the light when it's red.
Oh, absolutely. But at 0.5 seconds when it turned red.
Sir, it doesn't matter regardless of if it's 0.5 seconds or a second and a half. You had plenty of opportunity to stop based on the amber light and its duration, and you didn't. Whether or not you were distracted, I don't know. I'm just going by the evidence that's shown here today. So I don't see anything else that would warrant any other kind of change. But I'm happy if you'd like for me as part of my ruling to extend time for which you have to pay the fine, if that helps you at all.
Well, I'd like to appeal.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah, I would
and
like to,
you can do that, and you have 30 days from the date of my order to appeal that to circuit court under the Florida statute 162.11
yes, and 30 days from today?
for the date of my order. Correct.
Okay. And the order will be today, correct?
Yes, the order will be today.
Okay. All right, and the process of appealing, is that there or is that in the letter? The process of appealing, is it in the document we received?
I believe it's up here in
Yeah.
the materials, and you can take one of those to go with you when you leave.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
absolutely.
Thank you
sir.
for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
I find that in notice 1722100024510, the basis of the testimony of is presented that the red light camera violation be upheld for Cedric Renard Sawyer. In order the violator to pay the red light penalty fine of $158 plus the administrative cost of $75. The total fine and cost of $233 must be paid within 30 days of this order. Failure to pay the outstanding fine will result in an administrative hold with the state of Florida, and you may not obtain a license plate or revalidation sticker for any vehicle you own until the past due amount is fully paid. Thanks, sir. Have a great day. Next case, please.
Page 6, number 30, notice number 1722100100823, Norman C. Evans, and someone is present.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Norman Christopher Evans, 5406 South Elkins Avenue, Tampa, Florida, 33611.
Notice 1722100100823. This violation occurred on March 3rd, 2021 at 7:48 a.m. at the intersection of East Fletcher Avenue and Bruce B. Downs Boulevard within Hillsborough County. The first image A shows that the vehicle was in the number 4 lane as it approached the intersection. The traffic signal was in the red phase for approximately 0.4 seconds prior to the vehicle crossing over the stop bar. The second image B establishes that the vehicle continued into the intersection without stopping. The third image C provides a close-up shot of the license plate of the violating vehicle, BJI9U. I have confirmed that the registered owner of the violating vehicle is Mr. Norman Evans. I present these images, videos, and the camera log report to the court as a deputy sheriff for the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and a certified law enforcement officer within the state of Florida. Based on these items, I find that this is a violation of Florida State Statutes 316.075, 1C1. Accordingly, we submit this violation and exhibits to the court for adjudication.
Mr. Evans, what would you like to tell us?
Good afternoon. My name is Norm Evans. As you saw me proceeding through that intersection, I was taking my father, who was recently diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, to the Moffitt Cancer and Research Center. At that time, to be honest, I had forgotten some of the hazards along the way as it pertains to proceeding through the intersection in this example. Now, as I had approached that light and intersection, as we can see here, it had changed, and had I stopped when that light was red, it's highly doubtful I would have made it through that intersection. I would have stopped in the intersection. After I received the citation, the notice, I took a safety course. This is it right here, the 4-hour driver improvement course. Hoping, I'd been driving for some time now. However, some things, slip your mind, and I've been driving long enough to understand that even I may make mistakes. Currently, I'm a member of the Florida Army National Guard and have been since 2017, but I was active duty for a number of years prior. I'm also the unit safety driver as well. So I certify all the troops on driving safely. So when I saw the citation, the notice of violation arrive, I was less than pleased with myself because I've certified over 40 personnel. So I thought, at the very least, I can take the basic driver improvement course. But in that course, I train primarily off-road, hazardous driving training, driving through water. We do a fair amount of driving on the roads with large vehicles, the Humvees, half tons, and multiple variants with trailers. I would have advised my troops to proceed through in that same speed. And I did try to accelerate, but that's an old vehicle as well. It's a 93 GMC Jimmy, not the fastest thing on the road, but in my mind, the safest, because it really doesn't go fast. But that about covers everything for me, sir.
Okay. So it sounds like you, better than most folks, understand the issue in regards to going through a red light and the safety implications, those kind of things. And sorry to hear about your father and Moffat. I'm going through that with my family as well. So I totally understand. Sounds like just got a little distracted here, possibly. And I really appreciate the honesty and the ability to be proactive with the safety course and those kind of things too. So that goes a long way with me. My suggestion for this would be that we'd waive the administration fees for you and just do with the fine itself. And then I'll give you some extra time to pay it as well, because I really appreciate you taking a proactive approach. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. I find in notice 1722100100823, the based on the testimony and evidence presented, I find the red light camera violation be upheld. I order the violator, Norman C. Evans, to pay the red light penalty fine of $158, and I waive the administrative cost of $75. The total fine and cost of $158 must be paid within 60 calendar days of this order. Failure to pay the outstanding fine will result in administrative hold with the state of Florida, and you may not obtain a license plate or revalidation sticker for any vehicle you own until your past due amount has been fully paid. So moved.
I understand.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate you coming down.
This concludes our 1:30 session.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody online. Mr. Johnston, thank you very much for your time.